comes from fathers, grandfathers. It comes from sons. It comes from guys who have a relative that was serving in the military today, somebody that did, and they want to wear the Marine Corps t-shirt. They want to wear an Air Force hat. And they're so worried about being accosted for stolen valor. It's a hat. It's a t-shirt. And it bothers me a lot because of how hard I work and others work to really expose stolen valor. And the junior G-men that are out there accosting you at a Walmart for wearing a Coast Guard t-shirt, an Air Force hat, that's all junior G-men. They are looking for views on TikTok or YouTube by pulling out their cell phone and accosting you there and giving you the third degree over that Marine Corps shirt. These are guys that by and large, these are guys who have never served in the military that are accosting you. They want to be mad, but they don't know what they're supposed to be mad about. They just think that stolen valor is outrageous, and they're trying to get themselves mad, and they don't even know what they're mad about. And then they want to post you up on their TikTok channel and get everybody else on there outraged by your outrageous wearing of a Marine Corps t-shirt or a set of cami pants, a blouse. And get all those guys that never served in the military that don't know what they're mad about either. And get them all fired up. And I just hate it for you guys that this is what it's come down to, that stolen valor has gone to these lengths now with junior G-men. Guys that wouldn't know a Navy Achievement Medal from a Navy comm if they were wearing it on the uniform. They don't know who to target, and they've made terrible mistakes accosting some guy in an airport in uniform. That is legit because you don't know and you just follow them around and fuck with them. There's a lot of us out there that do a very professional job at doing this. We pick our fights and we go at it with vigor. But that doesn't mean that you need to even attempt to do what I do, as educated as I am with phonies, because you fuck it up. You make a mess out of all of it, and you draw attention to it for all the wrong reasons because you don't know shit about it. For you guys that contact me, hopefully this gets out there. Wear away. Wear that Marine Corps hat. Wear that Navy t-shirt. And don't give them the time of day. It's a shirt. And if somebody does get at.
Okay, this has happened to me 3 times at Walmart where sometimes I will wear the camouflage pants, the army pants, because I like the pocket stuff. Look, I am no longer in the army. I used to be in the army, and I do wear some of the stuff because I want to wear it. Like, for example, I'll put on a jacket if it's cold outside. I'm not trying to impress anybody. I don't give a damn what anybody thinks. But, you get some jackets at Walmart. Stolen valor. Stolen valor. No, it's not stolen valor. I've read the act, and I'm not in violation of it. But, there was this guy. He was a little guy, too. He was short. And this motherfucker was coming after me. And I decided, well, you know what? People have been put in the hospital over being falsely accused of stolen valor. They've been hospitalized. And I decided, you know what? There's only one way to handle with this guy, and that's to kill him. And I made up my mind. I'm going to kill this cocksucker. Okay? And what I did is I had to wait for him to get close enough so I could, how are you going to kill him? Well, that's my business. But I guarantee I know how. Okay? Well, he might kill you. No, doubt. Anyways, that's not either here nor there. But anyway, I made up my mind. Now, the only thing is, when I have made up my mind for that, he's got to get close enough to me so I can take care of business. So what I do is I draw an imaginary line in the sand and wait for him to cross it. He didn't cross it. He walked away. He started saying, AR-670-1, which, by the way, those are fighting words. AR-670-1, that's kind of a justified kill, in my opinion. Okay? But the thing is, turns out the guy was a reservist. Turns out I did not kill him because he did the walk of shame. Okay? He didn't know what the hell he was talking about, but, I was ready for that son of a bitch. I don't give a damn. It's Walmart. When it comes to a life or death situation, you can't worry about the law. You just have to make a decision. And you got to draw that line. And you can't worry about cameras or who's watching or an arrest. You can't worry about any of that. And that's the way I feel. I did my time. I did 3 combat tours. To put up with that bullshit, fuck you. Now, another thing I hear from people, who do threaten me, they say, well, Don Shipley's going to kick your ass. Well, Don Shipley's never threatened to kick my ass, number one. He's never called me. He's never bothered me. And you heard what he said. I don't think he would accuse me of stolen valor for putting on a jacket. Well, they don't issue that jacket anymore, therefore stolen valor. I don't think he would. Okay? Now, he might call me up if I claim to be a SEAL, which I'm not claiming to be. But guys, I don't think Shipley wants you going around saying, Don Shipley's going to kick your ass. I don't think Shipley wants you picking fights with people you shouldn't be fucking with on his behalf without his permission. He's a big boy. He can pick his own fights if he wants to. I don't think he needs you assholes quoting him and say, that Shipley's going to kick your ass. Don't tell me what Shipley's going to do. Shipley's big enough to tell me himself. And personally, after listening to him, I don't think he's going to say anything against me or about me or anything like that. Unless I start claiming to be a SEAL. Which I'm not going to claim because I'm not and I've never been a SEAL. Now, he might get on my case if I claim to be a SEAL when I'm not. But for wearing a jacket that I wore, that I earned, that belongs to me, and people tell me to take off that jacket or take off my uniform, fuck you.
Especially as new allegations of alleged plagiarism came out, she was beginning to lose the support of some board members. I've been told that at least 2 board members were suggesting that the time had come to go, and the unanimity was disappearing. Although there were some board members, some corporation members who wanted her to stay, she needed unanimity and she didn't have it. Although she had a lot of faculty support, she had support of others, but in the end, it was the best thing for Harvard. But that's only the first step. What has to happen is the entire DEI, diversity, equity, inclusion bureaucracy has to be dismantled. She was appointed because of that bureaucracy, and that bureaucracy has taken over universities and has destroyed meritocracy and substituted race consciousness for meritocracy.
Somebody out of state regularly. What's that? And they must be in
A little troublemaker, huh? Yeah. Oh, snitch. Didn't your dad tell you not to be a snitch?
It isn't about being a snitch.
Yeah, sure. Now you got me wondering what you're up to. Yeah. You can notify anybody you want. Doesn't frighten me. I guess to a nail, everything looks like a hammer, huh? Okay. He already did come talk to me. Sure I am. Go read your...
Okay, now here's the thing. We talk about Poster 7, and this is Amashashasha Press. He's filming inside a post office. And this other guy, he's a postal employee. He says, you're not allowed to film. Actually, guess what, guys? I have to tell you something. He is allowed to film. Yeah. Amagansett Press is allowed to film. Yeah, he can film in the post office. He can film people's personal letters. He can film behind the counter. He can film credit card numbers and passwords and people's personal information and addresses. He can film behind the counter. He can film what's behind on the computer screens. He can film anything he wants, as much as he wants. Believe it or not, yep, he's allowed to do that. And you can say, well, Poster 7 says he can't, and Postal Regulation says he can't, and there's laws that says he can't. Yeah, I know. It doesn't matter, because the postmaster says he can. The postmaster, who doesn't give a damn about the regulations, allows it. So therefore, he is allowed to film wherever he wants and do whatever he wants. The postal manager does not enforce the rules, therefore he's allowed to go ahead and do whatever the hell he wants. So the fact is, this employee who's telling him he can't film, he doesn't have the support of his supervisors. He doesn't have the support of the postmaster or the postal manager. He doesn't have any support. And if the post manager is not going to enforce the rules, then the rules mean nothing. If there is no rule enforcement, then there are no rules. Who gives a damn? Doesn't matter what the rules say. Doesn't matter what the law says. Postal regulations, Poster 7, doesn't matter. If the management of the post office does not enforce the rules, that gives Amagansett Press carte blanche to film whatever he wants. He can film anything he wants. That's the way it is. But do they tell their employees that? Hell no, they leave their employees out to dry. You got shit management at the post office as well as everywhere else. That's just the way it is. And it's no wonder the country's in such a mess. But the fact is, we got rules, we got laws, we got regulations, but since they're not being enforced, the frauditors have carte blanche to do whatever the hell they want.